I
Go,
definitely
go, 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 go. Good evening, y'all. It's Good Friday. And it's even better Friday because y'all are here. Oh, let the seed be planted. Let the soul grow deep. Let the heart be open. Let the furrow weep. Let the Lord be glory. Let the love be felt. Let the joy be witnessed. Let the armor melt. My words can weaponize or heal the hate inside. I choose light in the darkness I see. I've fallen down on faith. I rise up, I awake. I know this path was meant for me. Let the sun keep rising. Let the light shine through. Let the peace keep growing. Let my soul see you. Let the world go global. Let the boundaries fade. Let the people be moved by not what they got but gave. My words can weaponize or heal the hate inside. I choose light in the darkness I see. I've fallen down on faith. I rise up, I awake. I know this path was meant for me. Teach me to be, teach me. One with the we, to be, teach me. Let the people worship. Let the Lord be chose. Let the difference whisper what the Spirit knows. Let the word be spoken. Let the love shine through. Let the peace within us dwell in me and you. Let the peace within us, yeah, dwell in me and you. Now teach me to be, teach me. One with the we, to be, teach me. Oh, to be, teach me. To be, teach me. One with the we, to be, teach me. To be, teach me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Beautifully done. Welcome, everyone, to the Forgiveness Circle right here at the North Hollywood Oneness Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Kevin Cottle, and as I am like to do, let's begin by turning within and have a moment of prayer. The circle is a symbol of that living spirit. You and I are joined in that circulation of a love, a compassion, a joy, a peace, a prosperity that exceeds all understanding. That's the joy and the goodness and the graciousness of living spirit, of a universal love. I feel that I sense it happening right now. And the all-presence, the all-power, the all-love that is living spirit, I am certain that that's happening for you right now. For all of us collectively and individually, collaboratively and co-creatively, this is an activity of living spirit. I rejoice in that knowledge. I immerse in that transformative moment that is right now. I bless and give thanks for all those who have come before to create this opportunity that you and I now take to live more love, peace, joy, and compassion, including everyone within this circle. And as the circle expands out, I just see this prayer, this moment, drawing more and more people into that loving, living spirit. So blessing the world as I am blessed, I give thanks for this moment, this transformation, this answered prayer. And I simply let it grow and let it flow. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, good evening and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I want to talk a little bit about this service and tell you what it is that we will be doing. But the first thing I want to say is, and not because I want to call attention to this, but just to explain something, today is my birthday. And no. I always thought the first thing to go would be my mind. Turns out it's my shoes. Because I got here with them and I don't know where they are. So I'm not just being bohemian or counterculture. I truly don't know. I'm comfortable. I'm being comfortable. So that's that. Okay, I've said that. I'm done. Our purpose here tonight is to walk our souls through a journey of forgiveness, release, and healing. And we do this because there is a kinetic thing that takes place. You know, kinesiologists will tell you that movement combined with intention, with willingness, with an idea will shift energy so much more efficiently and lovingly through your body and into your life. And that's what we do here. So we are invoking the energy and the power of a sacred circle. So the archetype of the circle is found throughout humanity's development, and it's anchored in what we call a First Nations tradition. And so we're going to be talking more about that as we get into this service. Because I want to talk about a land acknowledgement. But first, before I do that, this service is about, as I said, it is the physical, putting the feet to our prayers, moving through in a willingness to actually release that which has limited us. And we're going to do our offering much earlier in the service than we normally would, so that we are free to process the emotions and you don't have to think about, well, did I write that check? Did I send this or whatever? We will do that early on. And afterwards, I believe there's cake, because I think anything we do here has to be accompanied by food. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. So we're going to do a song now, and this is where you really get to see my pedicure, because I'm moving over here so we can do a group song. It's just how it goes, you know. Love me, love my feet. All right. This is a spirit chant, and you have 4 words to remember: spirit, holy, sacred, love. Spirit, holy, sacred, love. And it starts off saying, I am spirit, I am holy, I am sacred, I am love. I am spirit, I am holy, I am sacred, I am love. And then you are spirit, And then we are spirit. And I will guide you through this. I promise you will not get left behind. Here's the melody. I am spirit. I am holy. I am sacred. I am love. And that's all there is to it. I am spirit, holy. I am holy, sacred. I am sacred. I am love. I am spirit. I am spirit. I am holy. I am sacred. I am love. You are spirit. You are spirit. You are holy. You are sacred. You are love. Same thing. You are spirit. You are holy. You are holy. Sacred. You are sacred. You are love. We are spirit. We are holy. We are sacred. We are love. We are spirit. We are holy. We are sacred. We are love. 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 Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm moving over there. I have this theory about life, and some of you know it. If you can't hide it, you paint it red. And I happen to be wearing red nail polish. So I want to acknowledge and appreciate, first of all, the land and the territory upon which we are located. We are on the traditional territory of the Gabrielino Tongva Nation of the Los Angeles Basin. 4 tribes, 4 organizations are represented in this area. So we have the Gabrielino Tongva tribe, known as the hyphen tribe. We have the Gabrielino Tongva tribe, known as the slash tribe, because there's a slash in between Gabrielino and Tongva. We have the Kij Nation Gabrielino Band of Mission Indians. And we have the Gabrielino Tongva Tribal Council. Why does this matter? Because as we move into this forgiveness tonight, this practice, we are doing so in the custom and tradition of First Nation sacred circles. Our intention is to move in a high and holy consciousness of cultural appreciation. And we especially want to be sensitive to the tendency that so many people have towards cultural appropriation. Cultural appreciation is about honoring a culture. It means respecting, being grateful for, and giving credit to those who have walked a journey that most of us have not. And I'm going to guess that none of us have in this room as far as those tribal organizations are concerned. I could be wrong. Cultural appropriation is dishonoring or demeaning a culture by the adoption, usually without acknowledgement, of cultural identity markers from subcultures or minority communities into mainstream culture by people with a relatively privileged status. It's also the act of using elements of an outside, often minority culture, using some of those elements such as knowledge, practices, symbols, without understanding or respecting the original culture and context. So tonight, join with me. We honor the land upon which this church is built. We honor the people who lived here generations before we did. We honor the ancestors whose lives and traditions have been woven into this land and this country. We honor our own ancestors for their lives, their energy, their traditions, and their wisdom. And collectively, we ask permission of all those who have gone before us to move into this sacred circle practice of forgiveness and release. And so it is. Amen. So Ernest Holmes said that everything moves in circles. Do I want to do that now? No, I think I want to do this later. I think that instead we should go ahead and do, yeah, let's do that. I promise we talked about this. Forgive me. It's a good night to forgive me.
So, well, Alex and Jennifer look like they're already in place. I welcome you to come forward. And this is the moment in our gathering where we circulate our gifts. This is a moment in which you are putting into circulation that which is already blessing your life. So I invite you just to hold your gift of your hands over your heart and just say, I'm blessing the world as I am blessed. Can you say that with me? I am blessing the world as I am blessed. Let's try that again. I am blessing the world as I am blessed. I am blessing the world as I am blessed. And please sing, I am so blessed, as we gather your gifts. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. I don't know what the divine plan is. Can't make sense of what I can't see. Yet I know that it's in order beyond my wildest dreams. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Oh, serenity is not the absence of life going on around me. It's the stillness I find at any moment, and the truth that sets me free. Oh, into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands, oh Lord. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender, I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. And all the children sang, into your hands, oh Lord. Come on, sing it. Into your hands, oh Lord, my Lord, sweet Lord, dear Lord.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you, Dr. Sidney. The science of mind and spirit posits that the ultimate goal of life is a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. Whew. Wow. And forgiving is an important way to free yourself from discord. Now, out of all the spiritual teachings, I have found that A Course in Miracles has the best how to forgive. Couple of notes. The miracles in A Course in Miracles, in case you didn't know, has to do with a shift in thinking, a shift from separation to connection, a shift from stagnation to circulation, indeed, a shift from fear to love. Anytime that happens, that's a miracle. Forgiveness happens by undoing, this is all by A Course in Miracles, just I'm prefacing that maybe several times, but anyway, the forgiveness is going to happen by undoing a previous choice and by choosing again. And by choosing again, you have better information. And you choose love, peace, joy, and compassion. And I want to remind you throughout this evening that you are doing the best you can, and that's a good thing. That's a fantastic thing. The compassion for self is the compassion of living spirit. That compassion you feel is living spirit coursing through your being and surrounding your being. And that has miraculous powers to heal and grow. Now, I used to be an Olympic level grudge holder. My prayers often began, Hail Mary, full of spite. All right. So it was in studying A Course in Miracles that I found out that there's really a better life beyond strife and spite. Strife and spite. Can you believe that? I don't know. But forgiving then is a human process. Doesn't have anything to do with spirit, because this is really a particular kind of spiritual practice. And it's a practice that deliberately reminds and reconnects to living spirit. And forgiveness is not like conjuring Beetlejuice. In other words, I don't, say 7 times fast in a mirror, or 70 times, 7 times in a mirror saying, forgive, 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 and then blink, I'm forgiven. It doesn't really work that way. But lasting forgiveness begins with discovering the root cause. Now, in A Course in Miracles, the root cause is a mistake. It's some kind of error thinking. We're familiar with error thinking in the science of mind. So that fear, that discord, that separation, that stagnation, not the best thinking. Choosing circulation or connection or love, that's better thinking. And often that choice is simply that I've forgotten who I am at my essence. I've forgotten that I am an extension and an emanation of living spirit of universal love. So it may not necessarily be a choice, but it might be some laziness around my connection to living spirit. Now, as the spidey, strifey former me can attest, the pain from feeling separate from living spirit is real, and it often hurts others. And that means that as I forgive and as I heal and grow, an important part of this forgiveness process is making amends. Put a pin in that one. From a Course in Miracles point of view, the root cause of any pain, as I mentioned, is, and that thing that's getting your attention, is that need to forgive is rooted in some kind of a, we'll say, not so good choice. And it's always, again, in general, the choice made out of fear transforms into the choice made for love. The choice made out of separation is the choice for connection. The choice made out of stagnation is the choice for circulation. And in that error thinking, I can attest as well, it snowballs into negative thoughts and feelings and intuitions, and those manifest as both psychic and physical pain. I know this just happens to me, so I hope you can bear with me. And lack, limitation, scarcity, and density, that dominates the mind that is separate from living spirit. Life gets challenging, and there is a storm of emotions going on, and certainly a fair dose of blame, shame, and regret. So the spidey, strifey former me, I can say, yeah, all that happened. But by clearing my thinking, and that is a lather, rinse, repeat process for me, by clearing my thinking and atoning, as I'm getting to here, that is the process, the path toward healing that forgiveness is certain to bring about. So the healing, that unitive, restorative power of correction, of atoning, of reviewing less than positive choices, and with better information and a stronger connection or collaboration with living spirit, it makes it easy to choose for love, peace, joy, and compassion. And that is the miracle, that shift from that separation or stagnation or fear-based to that connection, that circulation, that love. Those, in even the smallest increments, those are miracles that have power to heal and transform beyond anything that I can imagine. So, are you ready to give this a try? Yeah? So, make this easy, right? I want you, first of all, to promise to be kind to yourself and pick something that I'm going to ask you to pick that's easy for you to process right now. Because I'm setting you up for success. I really am. So right now in your mind, go back in time. And it could be a moment ago. It could be on your trip here. Or it could be from decades ago. Who knows? But go back in time where you suspect there was a moment where a choice you made didn't turn out so well. A choice that led to some kind of strife, some kind of spite, maybe. All right. So you have that moment in your mind. Now, notice everything about that moment. You're going to just immerse in that moment in your mind. You're going to notice who and what and when and where and how. And you're going to notice the sights and the sounds and the tastes and the smells and the touches in that moment, right? And now you're going to notice the thoughts that you're having, the feelings that you're having. And then you're going to notice the emotions flowing in that moment. And that's going to pinpoint a particular moment, a particular choice point, right? And now you notice that there is a different option in that moment. In that moment is when you choose again. You choose love. You choose to connect. You choose to circulate. And this evokes this pure light and love of living spirit that you are at your essence. So remember and repeat, I choose again, I choose love. I choose again, and I choose love. So I'm taking this moment just to praise what is transpiring right here for you, right here for me. I am noticing that deep connection that I feel and you feel for each other and living spirit. So praising that moment, I raise it in my heart. So if you feel like it, just cross your hands over your heart. Say, I raise that love in my heart. I raise this moment in my heart. And just let that love grow and let that love flow. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
You are welcome.
It is a choice. And we hear all the time that all forgiveness is self-forgiveness. And what on earth does that mean? And I was thinking about this today because I was talking with someone, and it was brought up to me that she was concerned about someone in her life who was going through a particular challenge. And she said, what can I do to help him? What can I do? And I said, what is your level of forgiveness like in this relationship? Because they're in the midst of change and transformation and transition, and there's pain, and there's fear, and there's guilt, there's shame. And this is the thing about self-forgiveness. It is about giving a choice, giving a new idea for that idea, that belief, that situation that is causing the pain, the shame, or the blame, or the regret. Because if we can elevate past that, if we can move past our own shame, our own judgment about any situation, and forgive, which means not taking away the accountability factor for someone else. It doesn't mean fixing them. It doesn't mean even changing them. But what it means is giving love for that pain. It means giving peace where that pain has been living. It means giving a sense of release for where that guilt or the shame has been living within yourself. Because when we are able to do that, then we are no longer seeing each other through a lens of pain or shame or guilt, right? Does that make sense? We want to be able to take off those shame glasses. I like to say shred the shame blanket and remove that, shed that, so that what we are living from is a clear awareness of who we are and who they are as divine beings. And it doesn't mean that they are not accountable. It just means that you are not accountable for their accountability. You are not responsible for their choices, but you have reclaimed your ability to choose. And that choice, the most elevated choice we can make, is to remember who we are, that we are divine beings. Now, we do this in a circle because we are all here to know for ourselves and for each other, and there is great power in a circle, not just because of what is imbued in that circle because of the cultural tradition, the cultural appreciation we have of First Nations and indigenous cultures, but that this circle is a mystical shape and space that goes back to antiquity. Ernest Holmes said that everything moves in circles. This is the way of life, and what we refuse to give, we refuse to accept. Now think about that. What we refuse to give, we refuse to accept. Nothing is more important than we learn how to forgive both ourselves and others. And as I was working with this client today, she said, well, I don't understand that. I said, well, you know the idea of oneness. And if this person with whom you are involved is going through pain and shame, it's because you are both sharing in that experience. So what you can do that will help him the most is to reclaim your divinity. Not in an arrogant, mean way, but just to come back into a space of light and to remember, oh, that's right. I'm light, and so is he. I'm light, and so are you. I am light. I have been brought here to live as and in light. Colin Tipping said that forgiveness is a soul-to-soul transaction. It's a soul-to-soul transaction. So there's no requirement that you must leave here tonight loving or even liking the person or what happened that you have engaged your soul to forgive. And what I know is if you are here, there's something that is moving within you that wants to rise up within you in order to give you a greater experience of who you are, to free you from the story you've been telling yourself, the story you've been living in, the binds, those ties that tie us to what we have perceived. And whether it's historically true or not, in order to move into a higher understanding of who we are, we want to free ourselves from the story we've been telling. Marianne Williamson used to say that we should be at least willing to go to lunch with the person that we're trying to forgive. You know, I don't necessarily agree because I know that there are people I have forgiven that would still expect me to pick up the check. But when we understand that any process of forgiveness is about enlarging our own circle of inner peace, our own circle of inner freedom, then it becomes a lot easier to give up the stories that have bound us to the past and to our pain. Because, you know, we hold our pain like a trophy. This is me. This is my story. Here's my trophy. This is my pain. Here's my baggage. Do you have a big enough trunk for this? Well, I'm bringing it with me. But the idea is we want to tell a new story, and that's what we are here to do. We're not here to change anyone. We're just here to shift our own perceptions, make the choice to see things rightly, not to set things rightly. Because it's in our perception of seeing things from that divine view that we actually do affect change. You know, we've heard this idea of change your thinking, change your life. It's not just, okay, well, I'm going to change the way I think about money. It's all of it comes back to this. I'm going to change the way I have been thinking about myself. I'm going to fine tune. I'm going to recorrect. I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to reset how I've been thinking of myself. So if there's something we think needs fixing, perhaps the best gift we can give ourselves tonight is to simply set aside that desire to fix. And there's another idea. I have learned that anywhere where there appears to be a human aberration, there always lies beneath it a spiritual aspiration. So let's think about that for a moment. We're living in a world right now in which there appears to be a lot of aberration. And what I see when I'm in my best mind, and believe me, I can go chapter and verse on what I think people have done to me, how they've hurt me, or how they've ruined the world. If I go there, you will be here for hours. I'd rather you didn't because there's cake later. But this idea is aberration means that we have awakened enough collectively that it no longer can hide. Because there is that collective thing within each of us that's saying, wait, time out. This is not working. This is coming up not just to the light, but it is coming up for an alchemy of transformation, a change of perception, a reminder of who we are, how we are as divine beings. It is that spiritual aspiration. So I invite you every time you find something in the world or in your own life or in a relationship, anything that's going on, when you see that thing that you want to call an aberration or a mistake, instead look at that and know that there is something that is coming forth, that is breaking through the old paradigms, the old patterns. You know, that is exactly what we know, that you cannot change an old paradigm by putting a new paradigm over it. You cannot do that. That is called putting whipped cream on garbage. We have to wait for that old paradigm to begin to break apart, to bust apart. We are in a period right now of great transformation, of great alchemy, of great breaking apart. And we are the ones who can do this. We have the muscle and we have the community. We have this. We can do this. And here's the good news. We don't have to change it. We don't have to fix it. It starts with us, with that perception we have here, that we begin to know, once again, who am I to be in this? Who am I to be in this? Because it's from that question that we begin to know, oh, is there something for me to do? Oh, here's the divine action for me to take. Here's the guided action, not the reactive action, but the spiritual action. The spiritual aspiration is always towards wholeness and peace. Always, always, always. And I know that we have a lot of stories about the stuff that's happened and how people have done us wrong, the victimhood. But what I really know is that with each and every story, you and I can choose. I know I can choose to let it define me, confine me, refine me, or outshine me. I'll say that again. This story can define me, confine me, refine me, or outshine me, or I can choose to move on and leave it behind me. That's what we do. We walk the circle in order to leave it behind, to put feet to our prayers. Forgiving isn't something you do for someone else. It's something you do for yourself. It's saying, you're not important enough or big enough or great enough to have a stranglehold on me. It's saying, you don't get to trap me in the past. I am worthy of a future. And you, my beloved, beloved community, you are all worthy of a future. Good Friday is such a good time to do this because we are in this nexus of not just the celebration of the teacher Jesus and his life and his death and his teaching. We want to make sure that we are celebrating the teaching and the rising and what's available, but we're also looking at Passover. We're in the midst of Passover right now. And that's important because Passover metaphysically symbolizes the bridging over from an old state of consciousness in order to enter a new state. It is moving into that Christ awareness, that Christed awakened, anointed awareness. It's an archetype, as Kevin said, of atonement, at one-ment. And we see it a lot during this season of humanity. So the Christian tradition, the Jewish tradition, and we have just come through Ramadan. This is a nexus of great holidays and great possibility. So we are leaving our limiting and mortal beliefs behind so we can shed our skins and move into spiritual knowing, the Christ consciousness. That's what we do with forgiveness. We leave the story behind. One of my favorite things to do, and I got this from Brene Brown, is when I find myself living in the aberration, I ask, what is the story I'm telling myself? What is the story I'm telling myself? And I can tell a lot of them. And I can look at someone who's doing something that I perceive as wrong, and I will go right into it. The story I'm telling myself is, but you know what? If you can remember that phrase, it's going to free you. The story I'm telling myself is, that guy's a complete jerk. The story I'm telling myself is, we're all victims. We're all screwed. Or the story I want to tell myself is that there is a greater presence and power, and it is alive and active, surrounding and filling each of us right here and right now, always, in all ways. So with that knowing, we're going to move into this actual practice, okay? Because here we are, by the way. The idea is to look at this Friday, Good Friday, as when the crucifixion took place. We get stuck there, and then we jump to the resurrection. But I got to tell you, Saturday is the day no one looks at. Saturday is the day we need to look at because that's the day in the tomb. That's the day of meditation, contemplation, of gestation, because that's a preparation for birth. That's like that butterfly that enters into the cocoon and everything becomes liquefied. Everything is liquefied. It's in that goo. And it's not until we own that and look at the fact that here's the Saturday of the pain, of the not knowing what the resurrection or the growth or the birth is going to look like. If we don't allow for that Saturday consciousness, then jumping to the resurrection consciousness means we have been in a tomb, we've gestated maybe a tiny, tiny bit, but not enough to call that tomb on Sunday, and I'll be talking about this a lot. It becomes the womb. It is the womb of transformation. So this is the first thing we do. This is the first step, is preparing ourselves to enter into that tomb of contemplation and awareness. It is where we enter into the gestation and Saturday. So in a moment, we're going to do this. And I'm going to ask Kevin to help us, because some of you have never been here before when we've done this. And the idea is that we are putting feet to our prayers. And Kevin, would you pick a space?
Certainly.
And we will be chanting the whole time, and you're welcome to chant or not chant, and your bags and purses will be safe. And we will start with big areas of life, and then we will get closer and closer into the personal areas, the heart areas. So we will work into this. And so I will say something like, if you are willing to forgive the meteor that hit the earth billions of years ago, walk the circle. And Kevin walks the circle, and you're thinking about, I am willing to forgive. I'm giving choice for that. And then when you get to the other side, you don't need to sit down because it happens pretty quickly. And then I'll say, if you are willing to forgive, I don't know, your internet provider, then walk the circle. So for those of you who are at home streaming, give him a hand. He did very well. Hail Mary, full of strife, full of spite.
Spite? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So if you are at home, I invite you to create an area where you are with enough space that you can walk across the room. And you can allow this same activity to be that which moves you into the physical movement that accompanies the choice and the change. And if walking is an issue, or you have mobility issues that you're challenged by that, then I want you to perhaps get a piece of paper, draw a circle, and move your hand across the circle. Move your hand back across the circle. Choose it just so you are moving. We want to move because we are moving the energy. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to start. And
I got a question.
yes, sir.
What can we say while we're walking the circle?
You can chant with we are singing, I forgive you, I forgive me, I forgive them. And you can hold yourself in a very contemplative place. The chant that you're going to hear us sing is, I forgive you, or I forgive me. So we're going to sing it a couple of times, and then I will go ahead and guide us through this. So we ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I forgive me. I forgive you. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for
Let's
my
go ahead and
change.
stand.
I forgive you.
I forgive you. I forgive you. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for
my change.
So if you are willing to forgive a war that happened before your lifetime, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive the First World War, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
And there is that within you that
I
is
forgive
willing.
them.
Allow it to guide you.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change.
And you will end up at a different place than from where you
I'm
started.
ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive the Second World War, walk the circle.
I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
As you are walking, I want to invite you to cross the circle all the way across, because you are crossing to the other side of that storm, of that thing that has held you. And you can leave your seat and walk to the other side. And if you are willing to forgive the actions of another country, walk the circle.
I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive a world leader or a government of another country, walk the circle. I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
I surrender. I'm ready
pause.
for my change. I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive the government or leadership of this country, walk the circle.
I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to,
I let go. I surrender. I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive a political party that you disagree with, or an election or a vote, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
Everything
That I've been holding on to, I let go.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm
Ready for my change.
I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive people in your neighborhood, walk the circle.
I
Forgive them.
I
Forgive
forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm
Ready for my change.
I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive a church, a religion, or a religious leader, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them. Everything
That I've been holding on to, I let go.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
If you are willing to forgive God for not making things different or intervening to save you or other people, walk the circle.
I forgive them. I forgive them.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. If you are willing to forgive a natural disaster, walk the circle.
I forgive it.
I forgive it.
I forgive it.
I forgive it.
Everything
That I've been holding on to, I let go. I
surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
Yes, I surrender.
I'm
Ready for my change.
I'm
Ready for.
my change.
If you are willing to forgive a school or a teacher, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
Everything
That I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for.
my change.
If you are willing to forgive a grandparent or a great-grandparent, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive
I
them.
forgive them.
I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm
Ready for my change.
I'm
Ready for my change. If you are willing to forgive an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, walk the circle. I forgive them. I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. If you are willing to forgive a stranger, walk the circle. I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Yeah, I'm ready for
my change.
If you are willing to forgive a friend, walk the circle. I surrender, or I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
I
Surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. If you are willing to forgive your father, walk the circle. I forgive him. I forgive him. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. And if you are willing to forgive your mother, walk the circle. I forgive her. I forgive her. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for my change. If you are willing and ready to forgive a sibling, walk the circle.
I forgive
them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I forgive them. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. And if you are willing to forgive a child, walk the circle.
I forgive
them.
I
Forgive them.
Everything
that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. And if you are willing to forgive someone you loved who died or left you, walk the circle.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
I forgive them.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go.
I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. If you are willing to forgive a pet, an animal that hurt you, that bit you or scratched you, walk the circle.
I forgive them. I forgive them.
Anything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. And finally, if you are willing to be willing to forgive yourself for anything you have done, any choices you have made, any words you have spoken or thoughts you have thought, walk the circle. I forgive me. I forgive me. Anything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. And now as we sing it one more time, I invite you to find your seat, your original seat. I forgive me. I forgive me. Anything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. Now breathe. I just invite you to breathe. Just breathe. We're going to sing Blessed Always. You're right. We're doing I Release, but I want to let's do Blessed Always. Let's maintain this sacred silence. Blessed always, blessed always, for my arms of God surround me. Let my joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. One more time. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God say amen. That we rest in God and say amen. I want to offer you some final thoughts and a prayer. That this time is sacred. And whether it has felt like there was a movement or it felt even static, there was a movement that took place within you. Your soul brought you here. Your soul will not abandon you. That there is a shift going on here and now. Your willingness to simply walk through these doors or to join into this stream is the willingness that means that there is that within you that is bringing you into a greater harmony, a greater sense of joy, peace, and more importantly, oneness with God and each other. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much. As luck would have it, we have a fantastic Easter service on Sunday with Dr. Sydney. And she is talking about the Great Awakening. Already began tonight. Yeah. And also on Sunday, if you haven't seen this, this is pretty incredible. And be sure as soon as that service is over that you jet out to the lawn because it happens quick. But it's brilliant and it's great fun.
You can
Easter
use
egg.
those doors and just get the heck out there and
Yep.
watch the kids hunt for eggs.
And our community is nothing but great food. We have a fantastic pancake brunch coming up a week from this Sunday on April 12th. I invite you all to be there.
And it's free.
And it's free. And do we need folks to help?
No, we've got it.
Okay.
We got this.
Enjoy. We've got it covered.
Yeah.
Thank you. And today we also celebrate Dr. Sydney's birthday.
My husband asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I've got lots of stuff, so I don't need any more stuff. And I said, I want flowers for the sanctuary. So we went and got a whole bunch of flowers for the sanctuary. So when you see him on Sunday, tell him how grateful you are for the flowers. And if you want to add to them on Sunday, Trader Joe's. I'm telling you, Trader Joe's.
Oh, thank you so much. And as a reminder, as soon as you're able, go out to the patio. There's going to be us singing and cake.
Yep.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Delicious cake out there.
No, we're going to do it out there.
Yeah,
Yes,
outside.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
That's you.
This is kind of a closing prayer benediction. So I invite you to just hold this space. I surround each soul here in a circle of infinite light protection. This is a spiritual magic tube which is impenetrable, invulnerable, and invincible. A ring past nothing shall touch us but the direct action of God, and that action is love. This is the truth. God knows it. I know it, and I know that I know it, and so it is. So I invite you to repeat after me. I am at home in the heart of God.
I'm at home in the heart of God.
My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate.
I can never be separate.
I live in the consciousness of
I
peace.
live in the consciousness.
I release all fear.
I release all fear.
I am living love.
I am living love.
Enter the tomb with gratitude, with peace, and with the knowing that on Sunday we all awaken from that and we are birthed once again, but in a new way, and we rise. And so it is. Amen.
So
Thank
it
you.
is. Amen.